Hello and welcome to our seventh um, Mindfulness Cafe session in our Dharma series, our true purpose, finding our true purpose. So, welcome. Hope you enjoy what we have to offer here. I'm going to share my screen for you. There we go. Make sure I can see you. So, this is um, our seventh practice in this series of looking at our Dharma. If you remember, we're essentially looking at our dharma, our true purpose in life, and how we can consciously connect to our true purpose. And that mindfulness is a practice that helps us connect to that purpose, our inner purpose, however you want to call it, and puts us a choice from moment to moment. So that's the purpose of this session. So today, there's some sadness in the air, a lot of sadness in the air. Um, Queen Elizabeth II died yesterday. We found out she died peacefully at Balmoral Castle. Um, I just wanted to use this session really as, I guess, a tribute and in memory of her and her life and the powerful life that she led, and use this session so that we can kind of use her as an inspiration um, for our own lives and our own purpose. She sadly passed away at the age of 96. But one thing that I found and find really inspiring, so politics aside, whether you agree with having a monarchy or not, whether you agree with um, privilege handed down through birthright or not, is kind of like, in some ways, that's a separate question and a separate debate. What I want to talk about today is her purpose. And at the age of 21, she made a declaration that she would be of service to the people of the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth. And she said that declaration with all her heart, that she would be of service. And it became very clear that that was her divine purpose. She had a belief that she was divinely put here to do that role and stay in that role as a monarch. Um, and so she kind of demonstrated that, how a person can live their divine purpose. And divine purpose is another way of saying your dharma. It's another way of saying, your calling inside, because it comes to us from something beyond our three-dimensional reality. And so, um, that's the inspiration of her life, that she chose to live that life and live in service. And if you think about the constraints that it would have put on her life, being a monarch and being a queen means that yes, it comes with a lot of privilege, but it also takes away a lot of choice that I have in my life and you may have in your life. So it takes a kind of huge commitment to choose to do that, and that's something I really respect in the late Queen. And I'd love to just take this opportunity just to connect this to our series, and to use her life as a life of inspiration. What does it mean to practically live our divine purpose? Do we know what it is? Were we and are we as clear as Queen Elizabeth II was about her divine purpose? And have we made a choice to live it as wholeheartedly as she did? And she's that declaration that she made when she was 21 to, with her whole heart, serve the British people is such a powerful vow that she made, really to herself, but also to the people that she at least perceives as the people that she's in service of. So I'm going to invite you just to take a moment now, to just after I share this, to press the pause button on this video and take a moment to reflect. And the invitation is to reflect on who inspires you through them living their divine purpose. And then you may or may not be clear about your purpose, but ponder on this question: what changes could you make to align your own life with your own divine purpose? So give yourself I would recommend 5 minutes or so. Press the pause button and then um, come back to this video. Okay, my assumption is that you've had a pause, had a reflect, had a think about those things. And I can share some of the people that inspire me and follow their divine purpose. I think there's some spiritual teachers in particular that have really touched my heart and inspired me. The Dalai Lama is one of those people who, for me, he's also similar to a monarch. He's been born into something, and he's totally committed with his whole heart to living that role and taking that leadership role in his world and community. Thich Nhat Hanh was the same. He totally lived his life according to his purpose, his divine purpose. Pema Chodron is another person who inspires me. She really did touch my heart in my early 30s when I was going through a lot of difficulty, and her writing and teachings really have helped me. She's very much living her purpose of compassion, spreading compassion in the world. And then there's my Zen teacher Genjo, who he's living his divine purpose too, and he's kind of inspired me to in some ways do the Mindfulness Cafe. And then the technical director of the Aikido school that I used to train in, Chiba Sensei as well. Very inspiring character who lived his divine purpose. Came to the United States when tension between between Japan and the United States was, at its height after the Second World War, and opened a dojo and started teaching Aikido as a Japanese martial art. I mean, how inspiring. Then there's two other, one other person and one other animal that also really inspire me, live their divine purpose. My partner Helen, she's very much living her divine purpose, and it's inspiring to see her do that every day. And then lovely Springer Spaniel puppy. She's 1 year old. She's still a puppy, not quite a dog yet. She's just like completely on purpose, always happy, always so pleased to see you, and just like on purpose. So lovely to see. I wanted to just share a little quote by one of the members in the Mindfulness Cafe who shared, I'm just going to read it from my notes here. A reminder that, an invitation to be like the person that your dog thinks you are. And I know Poppy thinks that, most people she meets, she thinks is amazing, but she certainly thinks I'm amazing the way she responds to me. So that's kind of like, it's so inspiring. In terms of how can I get a little bit closer to living my purpose, I think sometimes that is creating more boundaries and being more clear about the things that I commit to, and choosing those really more mindfully and from a place of heart and purpose rather than from a place of head and a little bit of kind of maybe ego and satisfaction. So that's just kind of like the reflection that's come out for me. So I hope that was, I hope that's really useful. I hope you had some great reflections from that exercise. Just leads us now into the next part of the practice, which is our silent practice. And again, the invitation is I would offer a minimum of 10 minutes up to 30 minutes of silent practice. You know the first two by now, well, that's my assumption. But I'll say I'm only breathing in, I'm aware of my whole body. I'm breathing out, I'm aware of my whole body, helps settle our nervous system. Breathing in, I calm my whole body. Breathing out, I calm my whole body. Then breathing in, I'm inspired, and breathing out, I'm inspired. And I love this word inspired. It's an old word for breathing, but it also has connotations to the sacredness of breath, and that without breath, we don't have a life, and how important our breath is and the quality of our breath. So it's a deeply layered word, and invite you to go into the depths of that word during your meditation. And then as we become inspired, become purposeful, In some ways, we become whole. And it's just a gentle reminder, the last one is a gentle reminder that you are whole and I am whole. So breathing in, I am whole, and breathing out, I am whole. Again, an invitation to pause this video at this moment in time, do your meditation practice, and come back to this video um, in a few moments' time, or in a few minutes' time when you've done your meditation practice. Have a wonderful practice. Welcome back. I hope you had a great practice. Wonderful. Just take a few moments to reflect. Just to close this session in the way of the Mindfulness Cafe, I have a thought for the week and a practice for the week. This really touched me. I was just doing a little bit of googling around quotes from Her Majesty the Queen, or and this is one that I liked. It has been women who have breathed gentleness and care into the harsh progress of mankind. And I think that's an interesting quote. I probably just interpreted it slightly differently to mean feminine sacred energy is who have breathed gentleness and care into the harsh progress of mankind. But that insight into more gentleness and care never goes too far, and we can never have enough of it. So I like that invitation. The ritual for this week is stop, breathe, inspire, and go. And I wish you a wonderful week, and look forward to you tuning in next week for the next session of the Mindfulness Cafe. Wishing you all very well. Have a fantastic week, and see you soon. Bye for now.